Finally, hockey is back. Did you feel those chills? Did you feel those chills? This is what we've been waiting for what? 5 months, which is actually like a month longer than the off season, which is crazy. Plus, we haven't even been able to play hockey to pass the time, so it's been a really, really long 5 months. We missed you, hockey. We're glad you're back. The one thing time has afforded us, though, is a brand new playoff format. Everything is different. Time has also afforded us the ability to dream up some of these first-round matchups. There are endless possibilities. You want Columbus, Tampa Bay again? You got it. You want Colorado, Minnesota for some reason? You got it. You want, you want Vegas against Calgary? Yeah, let's do it. That could actually happen still. So without further ado, let's open our minds and dream big. Here are the 5 dream matchups for the first round that we want to see. Dream matchup number 1, the Toronto Maple Leafs versus the Boston Bruins. Leafs fans, you knew this one was coming. What makes a good playoff rivalry? Well, let's start with history. The Leafs and Bruins have a ton of it. The last 3 playoff series between these two teams all went to Game 7, including the Leafs blowing a 4-1 lead in the 3rd period of Game 7 in Boston. I just love reminding Leafs fans of that. It brings me great joy.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I'll stop being mean for a second though, because these two teams were destined to play in Game 7s. The Bruins have played in the most Game 7s in NHL history with 28, and they rank first in wins in those games with 15. Leafs aren't far behind in that category though. They're 3rd in all-time Game 7s played with 24, and they have the 4th most wins with 12. The history of this rivalry isn't just on the ice either. It's on social media. In this day and age, players are using it now more than ever, specifically Brad Marchand. He tweeted about the Mitch Marner contract before Marner ended up signing his deal and nudged Leaf fans the wrong way with that. After the Hall of Fame game in Toronto, he was named player of the game and skated around with the trophy that he got for it. Like, the ultimate troll, but that's Brad Marchand. It's safe to say Bruins fans are not scared of the Leafs. Is there a reason they should be? They've beaten them 3 consecutive times in the playoffs, so what makes it different this time around? What can the Leafs do differently? And I guess it starts with their superstars. Last postseason, Matthews, Marner, and JT combined for 9 goals, which actually matched the output of Bergeron, Marchand, and Pasternak. That said, the Leafs couldn't stop the Bruins trio, who combined for a total of 20 points in 7 games last year. And the year before that, they combined for an astonishing 30 points in 7 games. That is insane. We know both teams can score, but goals against is a completely different story, with the Leafs being near the bottom of the league and Boston having Tuukka Rask in net, who just so happens to be the all-time winningest draft pick in Toronto Maple Leafs franchise history, despite never playing a game for the Buds. Sorry, Leaf fans, that one's got to sting. And this year was a career year for Tuukka, who probably will take home the Vezina with a .212 goals against average, 1st in the league. .929 save percentage, 2nd in the league. 5 shutouts, tied for 2nd in the league. So if this dream matchup does happen again for the 3rd time in a row, it may end the same way, with the Leafs loss in Game 7 and Bruins fans doing this.
Bruins! Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Dream matchup number 2, the Washington Capitals versus the Pittsburgh Penguins. Who wouldn't want to see another Crosby-Ovechkin matchup in the playoffs? The two are the constant in this rivalry between the Penguins and Capitals. Before we get to their playoff history though, they're coming in with a lot of hardware. A combined 4 Stanley Cups, 5 Hart trophies, 11 Rocket Richard trophies, 3 Conn Smythe trophies, 1 Calder trophy, 3 Art Ross trophies, and 6 Ted Lindsays. That's a lot of trophies, and if they played goalie, they'd probably win the Vezina too. On second thought, maybe not. Before a few years ago, Crosby won all 3 postseason series against Ovi, and the Penguins went on to win the Stanley Cup all 3 times. The whole narrative of Ovi's career changed with 1 playoff series win against Crosby and a subsequent Stanley Cup win.
We're the Stanley Cup champions! Yeah!
This series basically determines who wins the Stanley Cup every single time. It's a 100% hit rate. If this matchup happens, put $1 million down on whoever wins it to win the Stanley Cup. It's going to happen. It's foolproof. It happens every time.
Give me my money! Think I won't manhandle a little boy?
You don't understand. It's not real money. None of these people have won any money.
Ovi may have the advantage in the career goals department, and he may have more recently won a playoff series against Crosby, but Crosby has a significant advantage in playoff points. Among active players, Sid is 1st in career playoff points with 189, and right behind him is Evgeny Malkin with 169. So So where's Ovi on the list? He's not third, he's not fourth or fifth. He's sixth with 126 points. The gap is even larger when you look at all-time playoff points. Crosby is 8th all-time, while Ovi is 50th. And a 29-point postseason this year would have Crosby move all the way up to 4th. 29's not out of the question, as his career high is 31, and he's recorded 27 a couple of times too. So Ovi's behind Crosby in playoff points, head-to-head wins in the postseason, Stanley Cups, Conn Smites. Safe to say you should probably face him in the first round so he can catch up a little bit and give fans the matchup they all want to see.
Are you and Cindy Crosby friends?
Best friend.
Dream matchup number 3. The Philadelphia Flyers versus the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Battle of Pennsylvania. It's back. It's one of the best rivalries in hockey that can be summed up in simple terms. The teams, the players, the fans, they hate each other.
All right, pull it out.
What is it?
We're only 2 years removed from the last time these two teams met in the playoffs, and since 2008, they've actually matched up 4 times, with Pittsburgh coming out on top in 3 of those series, including their first ever series win against the Flyers in 2008. The series that comes to mind, though, when we think of this rivalry is 2012. Claude Giroux, Sidney Crosby, drop the gloves, go at it. They didn't like each other on the ice or off the ice. Crosby said he didn't like the Flyers, he didn't like any players on their team.
I don't like him. Why don't you like him? Because I don't like him. Did he do something, I mean?
2 years ago wasn't as intense as that 2012 series, but what we did see, Flyers and Penguins fans still hate each other. Between pictures of Crosby being put in urinals in Philly's arena and people doing their business on the printouts of Crosby, beer cans flooding the ice from Flyers fans after their embarrassing loss to close out that series, and Crosby trolling Flyers fans about the beer they tossed on the ice, it's safe to say that the hatred is still there and has not gone anywhere. That's exactly what the first round needs. Dream matchup number 4, the Columbus Blue Jackets versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. Sorry in advance, Leaf fans. What this does give us, though, is an incredible rematch of the most shocking upset of last year's playoffs, when Columbus swept the President's Trophy winners and won their first playoff series in franchise history. Yeah, they did it in style.
Oh yeah. Get the rooms out.
This matchup really is a contrast of styles, too. Tampa Bay was one of 3 teams to have 7 40-point scorers this season. Columbus just had 3. Tampa Bay finished the regular season first in goals for per game. Columbus finished 28th. Goals against, though? Columbus finished 4th and Tampa Bay finished 8th, led by Vezina candidate Andrei Vasilevskiy. Lightning didn't strike last year for Tampa, and we'd be interested to see if their high-scoring offense could crack the Blue Jackets this time around. Plus, Torts against his former team that he won a cup with, that's always good for some amazing sound bites.
You stand in there and you don't take a backward step. Not for a second.
The only other thing we need, a Lightning apology to their fans after they get swept, because that was the best thing in the world. You don't have to apologize for getting swept. You really don't need to apologize. Went a little overboard.
It's too late to apologize.
Dream matchup number 5, Colorado Avalanche versus the Edmonton Oilers. Did you really think I was going to leave the Avalanche off this list? That's my team. That's my team. There were a couple ways I could have gone with this one. I've been dreaming up the Wild ever since Nino Niederreiter ended my playoff dreams a few years back. I have bad Wild memories. I hate the Minnesota Wild. I want to see the Avalanche crush them. But I'm going to calm down and pick the matchup that best represents what everyone would want to watch. And I think that's the Edmonton Oilers. It's very simple. It's Connor McDavid, it's Nathan MacKinnon. Seeing these two go head-to-head in the playoffs, that's how you started off with a bang, okay? These are 2 of the fastest players in hockey, 2 of the most skilled players in hockey, and it would just be so much fun watching them go goal for goal, because you know, with that much talent around them as well, there are going to be a lot of goals in that series. So the reasoning is super simple. I was thinking about going with another Canadian team as well, the Vancouver Canucks. I think it would have been fun to see Cale Makar and Quinn Hughes settle the Calder debate in a first-round playoff series. Cale Makar, he should win the Calder. He's the best, okay? And these teams combined for 9 goals in both regular season matchups, so we know there would have been some fireworks. But ultimately, you can't get much better than McDavid versus MacKinnon.
Usually you pay double for that kind of action, Cotton.
Well, there you have it. Those are our 5 dream matchups for the first round of the NHL playoffs. We know we missed some obvious ones. So you know what you do? Leave us your 5 dream matchups in the comments below and let us know what you think of ours. And as always, go Avs go.